Eunice Caparel. Okay, Eunice, just relax your upper lip. You can see that the intrusion that had taken place previously with these coils has the upper incisors nicely positioned. There's a little bit of overbite, which would only be explained by lower incisor being too far up. We're gonna try to retract the incisors and see how that goes without hitting the lower incisors. We have some keyhole loops here, and we have spaces between the 2 and the 3, and the cuspids are in a class 1 position. So what we'd like to do is retract the incisors. We're going to do it with sliding mechanics, and the coils will not be the support for the retraction. It'll be instead the like separate suspension wire. So the most important, if the coil's a little active, it doesn't bother me. Looks like it's a little like stainless steel coil, not very much force on it. But the one that really I want to be tight enough so that the upper incisors cannot retract or cannot extrude during the retraction is the suspension wire, and that one seems to be a little loose on here. So I'm going to bend out the long pigtail on this. I'm going to tighten the suspension wire. Okay, and make sure that during the cuspid retraction that the incisors cannot extrude. Okay, so this side we have the coil. Again, I'm not too concerned with whether or not that's, if it's active, it's not very active, because you can see that it's not, it isn't stretched. But what I am concerned with, again, is the suspension wire, and that looks like it's underneath the lacing. I just want to make sure that that's going to be tight. It's not going to allow the extrusion, just like the other side. Let me just cut. Looks like that came apart a little bit. Okay. Alright. And just tuck that little pigtail underneath there. Out of the way. It's not going to bother anybody. Okay, so we have suspended it. The coils might have a little activity in them, but that's not really of any concern. The main thing is the suspension wire. So now we will change the tie coils. Turn this way for just a little bit. There we go. And now we can see that there is a closed coil, an eye-tie closed coil, that is used to retract the cuspids.
150 grams with
And I'm going to try to release that. Yeah, it's been placed underneath the bracket base. A new ligature tie. far back there, so let me just see if I can grab it with. Okay, and we're going to hook it onto the keyhole loop. Give it just a little twist here, which doesn't fall apart. Okay, now I have a passive coil. This is a 12 millimeter coil, and so on my activation roller I have 12 millimeters or 9 on the other side, so I'll take the 12. Okay, turn this way just a little bit so you can see. And we have some skeletal anchorage back here, so it's going to be a little difficult, but we just slip the vertical underneath the arch wire up against the molar tube, and then we will grab the ligature into the T-loop, give it a couple twists, and we're going to extend the spring until it gets to step 3 in this case. So at the moment, the end of the spring, where the attachment is at step 1. That's where this is. If I extend a little further, about there. We're getting pretty close to step 2. Actually, that's a little beyond step 2. And 1, 2. It'll be the 3rd notch here. See where that is. There, I think you can see it now. See, the coil is ending right there. It is right here. Okay. So at that notch, my ruler fell apart as I was trying to show you the interior. Let's go ahead and just turn that down onto the. Okay, hold that for me. I was doing so well here, getting that ruler underneath the skeletal anchorage. This is actually a 7, it's not a 6. The 6s were extracted along with the upper 4s. There we go, get it underneath there. Everybody got, there you go. Okay. All right, now let's look again at the activation. Now you can see where the activation or the attachment is right here, and I guess I was pretty lucky. The coil ends right at the 3rd notch. That is step 3. I'll show that to you again. Right here is where the attachment is, and that's where the coil is active. And you should see a spring-like look. Step 3 activation is 8 millimeters of activation on a 12 millimeter coil, which is plenty of activation for that couple millimeters. And so you sit back and fold your arms, watch the space close. Basically, each time she comes in, you indicate how much distal end you cut. So that was a step 3 activation.